welcome back to my channel. My name is Elle. I am chronicling my journey to the bikini fitness competition stage via 75 Hard. If you're new here, welcome. If you already are a subscriber, welcome back. Thank you so much for being here. Today I want to talk about five things that I don't think people talk about when they are discussing 75 Hard. And if I had known these things prior, it could have just helped my planning a little bit better. So these are also five things kind of based on my 41 days following 75 Hard. So yeah, I am on day 41. Through the grace of the universe, I hope to finish. And so far it's been going great. So let me jump right into it. Number one, there will be a lot of laundry. Yeah, I pretty much do a load about every other day, maximum every other day. And that involves street clothes as well. So I live in a warmer state. So yeah, there's a lot of laundry to be done, and I'm also following 75 Hard like the traditional way. So there's 75 soft, 75 medium, 75 hard, and what I'm doing is 75 Hard. I'm doing 2 workouts daily. I'm doing progress pictures. I am doing a specific diet. I am doing 10 minutes of reading a day, and I'm doing a gallon of water. So those are the 5 rules that I'm following. I know the rules kind of vary a little bit depending on if you're doing 75 soft or 75 medium. I don't know what those specifically rules are because I'm following 75 Hard. So one thing is there will be laundry done, especially when you're doing 2 workouts a day. And if you're really trying to follow 75 Hard religiously, they have to be at least 3 hours apart. So you basically optimally you pretty much have 2 different gym outfits a day. You could carry the first one to the second workout, but I tend to change afterwards. So I'm wearing 2 different gym outfits a day. And that also includes socks. I wear socks when I work out, pajamas, and street clothes. I tend to either, I work from home, so I can either, do errands, and then all that clothing gets into a load. And yeah, so I'm doing a load every other day or every other 2 days. And I have notes here, so if you see me glancing down, that's why. Number 2 is that you will be tired and you will want to quit. If it's not the first week, it's the first month. And if it's not the first month, it's the second month. Doing 2 a days, basically 2 workouts a day, not easy. Especially when the workouts vary. One day you could be it's a cardio day, the next day you're lifting. So you'll want to quit. You'll be like, no, this is not for me. But just as much as you might want to quit, you also might want to continue because you're seeing changes, you're feeling better, you're sleeping better. So yeah, if you have a voice that's in your head and it's telling you to quit 75 Hard, tell that voice to be quiet and to sit down. You're not gonna quit. So another thing about being tired is that you might sleep better at night. So you might want to go to bed earlier. So late night outings might not be a thing, might not be a very popular thing. So keep that in the back of your mind. You might be tucked in, usually I'm a early sleeper, so I tend to kind of start getting ready for bed and shutting down my engines around 8 p.m. And in bed by 10 or 11. But I usually also kind of had some, I've had problems with my sleep. Like I'd be a light sleeper, or sometimes I'd have insomnia, but not in the past 41 days. I'm just too darn tired. So keep that in the back of your head. Number 3 is that with 2 workouts a day, there's going to be a lot of skin-on-skin contact. There's also going to be sweat involved. So there's going to be chafing. So you may want to invest in some seamless tops, or you may want to invest in some balm. Especially when one of the workouts, back to the rules, one of the workouts has to be outdoors. Since I'm in a warmer state, I'm sweating a lot. So you may want to invest in some seamless tops, because if you're sweating a lot and some of your clothing that might be a cotton grade gets the sweat, and then you also might chafe, that might be like not fun. That's not gonna be fun. And then you also have to work out the next day. When people get chafing, sometimes they just don't want to work out. And that's not part of the 75 hard plan. So keep that in the back of your mind. I love my seamless tops. It's just the one less thing, especially when I tend to go on long walks. So one thing about the workouts is that they're supposed to be at least 45 minutes in duration. I sometimes go over, and that has worked fine for me. I'm not going to just stop a workout because it's 45 minutes and I check the box. I don't have that attitude when it comes to 75 hard. Nothing against that attitude. I just kind of, if I'm in the zone and I'm really having a great back and bicep workout, I just continue and end it when I'm done. It's the same thing for like a walk or a jog or a hike. I just kind of keep going. And that improves your results. So keep that in the back of your mind as well. And that leads me to the 4th item. They're kind of related. If you do more, you might get enhanced results. So I sometimes go on long walks. I do the at least 1 workout a day outdoors. What does that mean? That means I sweat more. And when you're working out outdoors in hot temperatures, you tend to burn more calories. So you might have to prepare yourself to see the scale and see numbers drop a little bit faster than you were thinking, and then you have to emotionally prepare for that. That happened to me, and I was like, okay, I had to breathe and tell myself, I'm ready to drop this weight. It's a little faster than I had anticipated, but I leaned into it, and I'm like, okay, I think I know exactly why. I'm also doing Pilates as part of my 75 hard. That's a lot of core strengthening, a lot of deep core muscle work, and yeah, so I'm doing a mixture of outdoor workouts, deep core work, cardio, and losing a lot of water in the process, and trying to replenish fluids that I lose. So you might see some numbers on the scale that are a little lower, or the numbers are lower than you thought they'd be, and you're just like, okay. And that's something, if you're doing the outdoor workouts, that's something you have to consider. And the last one, I thought that I didn't hear a lot of people. I see a lot of fans of 75 hard, and that's amazing. I began 75 hard because I was lost in a gym sense. I was coming off of 2 injuries that had brought me pretty down. I talked about it before. I had a fallen arch in my left foot, and in my right arm I had a torn tendon near my elbow. And that had affected my grip. My grip was off. I couldn't even hold a water bottle or remote control. So I was I wasn't in a dark place, but I was in a very weird gym space when I was ready to get back. I kind of would work out. I would kind of have a leg day, for example, and then I just be like, well, was that good? After being months out of like a regular routine, I wouldn't know. Like, I wouldn't know if it was a good leg workout because I had gained so much. I had gained weight. I had been out of the gym and I was still in pain. So there was just a lot going on. And I never did 75 hard before. I've heard about it, but I never did it. And I want to believe it came to me at the right time because I really needed a container for fitness. I had been out of the gym for so long. It was just messy in my head. I would do all these workouts before 75 hard, and I just was like, was it a good workout? Was it enough? I always felt like it wasn't enough because I'm so behind. And then I started 75 hard, and I'm like, okay, I got this. I got 2 workouts a day, got in the water, progress pics, got it. And it just clicked for me. And it was an investment in me. And that's one of the things I kind of don't hear enough about, how it's an investment in your emotional well-being. And how it's like a time for you to get excited about fitness. The work has been done for us. We have 2 workouts a day, 45 minutes. One has to be outdoors. Got it. If you're in a spot in your life where you're just like, I don't know where to start. That's where I was. And I was like, okay, you know where I can start? I have 2 workouts a day. One has to be outdoors. Then the both have to be 45 minutes. Got it. First one will be a walk. I'll do a speed walk. And second one, I was injured. So I had bought bands, some resistance bands. My second workout's going to be a bicep and back resistance band workout. 45 minutes. Done. And I felt so fulfilled. I felt like I did something right. I did something that was, I checked the box, and I needed that after coming off of injuries. But you can need that no matter what you're at, no matter where you're at. So that's one thing I don't hear enough of. It's kind of been laid out for you. One of them doesn't even have to be like a walk. You can do one workout can be a weighted workout. Your shoulders, your triceps, your chest, for example. And then your second workout can be like an ab workout. And then you go out and you do some planks, you do some crunches, you do some sit-ups, you do some marches, you do some, high knees, whatever, you do some pull-ups. But the rules are pretty straightforward, and I needed that clarity. So, and I got some new equipment. I'm gonna get some bands. I got shoes that would support my arch. I made it fun. There's some cute little outfits. I'm gonna grab 2 of those and put those in my shopping cart. Make it fun. I was just, at that point, I was just I needed to get back into the my mental framework of fitness because I was so lost coming out of the injuries. So see it as an investment in yourself. Some of us, some more than others, some of us struggle with putting ourselves first. That's the beauty of 75 hard. It's not about anyone else. It's about you. So you don't have to check if this person got this done. No. We got to check if you got stuff done. If you logged your calories, or you followed paleo, or you did your vegan diet, or you did trying keto, whatever the case may be, we got to worry about you right now. So that was one of the many shining lights of 75 hard for me so far. So yeah, these are my 5 things I wish I would have maybe known about, and been better, had more detergent, because we're buying a lot of detergent, if you're not a fan of laundry, maybe you buy more gym clothes so you don't have to do the laundry so much. So those are the 5 items I thought it would be great to kind of let people know about if you're contemplating 75 hard. So I love to hear about your experience. Doing 75 hard, what would you add to the list? And also, if you've done 75 soft or 75 medium, please let me know. And what other things you're working on for your fitness. Please consider liking, subscribing, commenting, sharing. That would be great. And thank you so much for sharing your time with me. I really appreciate it. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next vlog. Okay? Bye.